Rocco, how has this transition been for you now? Two full games, playing with a new team, after playing at Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, it's been flying by. I mean, I got here in February, and now we're going into week 3. I mean, it's blink of eye, it's going by fast, but it's been awesome. I really appreciate each and every opportunity and every snap that I've gotten, and just haven't looked back with it.
Been in some cool venues, obviously. What was your first Memorial Stadium experience?
Yeah, I was looking back the other day. I mean, from just a freshman really not playing, open up at Florida State, Virginia Tech. I mean, those are some cool places, but coming out of Arrowhead, I had goosebumps with that, and then seeing the fourth quarter light show, that was incredible. Like I said, kudos to them on the radio the other second, and that was really cool to see. And just to take a step back and be like, wow, I actually get to do this.
Hey Rocco, you talked back in the spring about how you told your new teammates when you got here, maybe they didn't quite understand how good they could be. Like you had seen it at the highest level. That performance on Saturday against Akron, like where was that as far as how good this team can be?
Yeah, I think they can be more than good. I think they can be great, and I think we can be, and I think we just have to keep doing our fundamentals and our preparation each and every week, and just believing in those in the technique that's being taught. We just have to keep building off of it. Like myself, I didn't feel like I played a great game. I just have to keep doing what I have to do and trust the process and believe in that technique. But as a group, I feel like we took another step of communication and playing 5 as one.
You mentioned believing in the technique. I know that Coach Raiola teaches it differently than some coaches, so how was that process like just to get adjusted to how he was teaching it?
Yeah, I mean, he teaches it the right way. That's how, offensive line play should be played. It's just, year 5 for me, it's, kind of just trusting a new thing and, believing on what he's, being taught, what he's teaching me. I just got to knock off some rust, some old habits, and, just each and every day that fundamentals, those preparations, and those, rep counts of really trusting and believing in it.
And just from these first 2 weeks, just how have you thought the Lions played in general in the run game, opening up those gaps in front?
Yeah, I feel like we played pretty good. You just have to keep building off it. It starts in practice and, our film study and getting with the backs on Wednesday nights and, hearing what Emmett sees and, like, what we can do better and, what he wants to hear from us. And you just got to keep, seeing where we can just make little adjustments where it can just be a little bit better, and just building off it for each week.
I know you were impressed with Dylan when you got here, but just watching him the first 2 games, how he handles stuff even pre-snap, what have been your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he's incredible. I mean, that's a guy that knows ball, and he trusts us too. I mean, like if we see something, he's willing to change, the protection, hear what we have to say, and he trusts our eyes. I mean, we have a little bit more eyes, but he can see deep down the field, and I mean, he can make crazy throws, and it's awesome to see.
I guess maybe just how is a guy like Cade kind of gave you guys fits in practice, and now you see him, he's doing it on the field.
Yeah, I mean, he honestly as a freshman, it's incredible. I was like, oh, I get to go against a freshman, first day of camp, and I was like, wow. I was like, all right, like this guy can play, and now he's taking the next step on each practice, each rep that he gets, and he's building off it. Like I'm proud to see that, and he's getting more opportunities too.
What do you like from those jumbo packages, whether it's Turner in there or Luke or Heinrich at the tight end spot? I mean, how's that leveled up what you guys can do on the offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, we get all the fellas together in the huddle and, the extra big guys and, just knock guys off the ball and, get back to the huddle and do it again. I mean, that's kind of our mindset and, get to see, older guys, younger guys, play at all those positions.
Is Turner lobbying to get a pass thrown to him already?
I can't speak on that. But no, I mean, there's always those type of packages, but right now it's just focusing on the run game.
Hey, how have you seen Justin Evans adjust to the center spot? This is the first, first time as a starter for him playing that position.
Yeah, I mean, first couple series, he's got to calm down, but he adjusted very well. Guys in the right protections, the right calls, and then we just passed off a lot of games, and he's doing more than exceptional. He's doing great, and playing next to one of your best friends is always a benefit as well. Thank you, guys.